Hello and welcome to my highly anticipated high-level Bandos guide. Though, according to Muncle you do not need one if you're high level, as all max combat players are pro PVMers from the get-go. That's why comp keepers never complain about boss material as a requirement, and that's why Jaggers always adds it, cause only pro people have max combat. So I hope this helps you in some ways, unless you're max combat somehow. Now let's carry on to some information about General Fedora. He uses melee and range. When he ranges, he will hit the ground. So he doesn't really range that much. You should have him dead in around 10 to 15 seconds using this guide. He has 3 minions that will spawn with him unless you do not kill them all, but you should easily be able to do that in the time given. He has no weaknesses, so the preferred style we will be using is melee, as it is the highest DPS of all styles. He has 40,000 HP, so he goes down very easily. He has a 100% chance of dropping Orc Bones, which are the prime item we will be using in our setup for killing him, as you shall see. But before we get to that setup, where else would we be without rare drops? I mean, this is why you're killing him. Besides the excellent XP he offers per hour in this high level setup, which is one of also the best combat XP per hour in the game, he drops Bandos chestplate, Bandos tassets, gloves, helmet, boots, war shield, and also the Bandos hilt. He also has the ability to drop three abilities, Transfigure, Sacrifice, and Devotion, which are all amazing abilities. He also has a very good drop rate of effigies, since he is over 600 combat, and you kill quite a few in an hour. He also has a chance to drop Bandos War Priest, so if you are ever going for that, this is also a very good place to go for it. So keep this in mind when you're killing this boss. Now our armor setup is going to include full Malevolent, Dragors, your choice, preferably a main hand mace and a offhand longsword and or rapier, Torva boots for complete protection in the Governor's Dungeon area, Razorback gauntlets as they are very cheap DPS gloves. You're going to be using the Demon Horn necklace for this, as well as a Bone Crusher with it, so you get the benefit of infinite prayer here, because you will not run out of prayer, as you will see in my clips. A Scrimshaw Vampirism. Now you can buy this for 800 to 1 mil, and it heals you for your melee damage, so that Scrimshaw will only work for melee, so you should only be using melee for this anyways. Any combat aura like Inspiration, Vampirism, Penance, your choice, and a Tokar Kel for maximum strength bonus. I would prefer you to use the Malevolent, as you will see in a full hour. I only use 2% of Malevolent, and Malevolent right now is around 20 mil for a set. And for my Torva boots, I used 6%. So it's very cost efficient to use tier 90, as it has higher DPS than max armors and higher defense. So that is why you should always use full Malevolent while doing this. So make sure to keep that in mind. You will make up your loss. I would also recommend a spring cleaner if you have one, as that will bring you more profit. If not, use magic notepaper if you're really needing money for the rune drops, or high elk them if you really want to take that approach. So that is it for the armor setup. This is going to be our strategy for using melee. You're going to enter the instance with full adrenaline, as you will get that from the minions. If you need to, you can even soul split, as you can heal, and they do drop bones for some of them. You're going to drink your overload, and you're going to activate your aura and or scrimshaw. You can do this before you enter your instance as well, besides your overload, as it will interrupt your stalling for adrenaline. You will berserk with your ring of vigor on, so you get the 10% extra. Now you can also adrenaline pot if you bring them to build up to an assault. Assault is what you want to primarily do for this, as you will deal the most damage with assault. Now after you kill him, you can either assault or destroy if he's still alive after your assault. You'll want to attack the minions to build up more adrenaline. Now if Berserk is still on cooldown, you'll want to slaughter him, move away, assault, then destroy. and he should die, and then after that you'll have Berserk ready. If you're having any issues, you can pick up food, as the minions drop a lot of food. So keep that in mind. Make sure to soul split and turmoil, as you will get the majority of your health back. Here are some voice tips I can give you. Now, if you do have the ability to sacrifice, I would recommend using that after you berserk, as you can get some of your health back from a big hit. Do not panic eat if you're around 3000 HP. Then I would recommend you to eat, but you should really never get that low, even if you berserk, unless you get very unlucky. You'll want to use a Blood Nihil, as it boosts your accuracy. Do not use a Steel Titan. It is not as effective as a Blood Nihil, since the Blood Nihil allows you to hit a lot more often. Another one is, I wouldn't recommend using Vampirism Aura unless you're having a very big issue with killing him, because the Scrimshaw and your Soul Split should be healing you for the majority of it. Do not use a Beast of Burden. Like I said, use the Blood Nihil. You might think that losing the Auric Bones is losing you money, but no, you are getting faster kills. You are killing the minions. The minions also have chances to drop the Bandos armor. They just do not drop the hilt, and that is good. You do not want the hilt. They also drop the War Priest. They just do not drop the abilities as well. So do not bank the bones. It is a waste of your time. You'll have to bring a yak, all that. I mean, if you're gonna really need them, just bring magic notepaper. I do not ever recommend you to use a yak here. It is a waste. So keep that in mind primarily. You can bring renewals. I brought them in my test, but that was just a test run. I had to rebank and stuff to grab more stuff, and I completely forgot I had renewals in my inventory, but I did not need them. You can either use regular overloads or supreme overloads. If you have access to supreme overloads, of course use them, as they are amazing. Use a spring cleaner if you have it, as it will help you with a lot of the drops, since he drops a lot of rune items. My price check at the end of my clip isn't much, but I got a lot of rune items. That would have added up to around probably 700k, probably more, I'm not sure. So if you have one, use one. It's definitely worth it for the springs. Now, sometimes you will also have to stall adrenaline in between kills, since Berserk kills Gridor so fast, so make sure you have anticipation and or freedom on your bar. Or you can bring a shield, and you'll want to Berserk on a minion, and then build up your adrenaline using basic shield ability so you can kill Gridor faster. I completely forgot about this method when I did do my clips, but that would probably increase the kills by 5 to 10 more kills an hour, which is quite significant as you get the rare items that could really boost up your money. So keep that in mind. You can test around with all these methods. So if you have any questions, don't PM me, message me on YouTube or post in the comments. I hope this guide helped you out a lot, and I will see you with the live clip. Okay, as you can see, I'm building my adrenaline up while killing the followers of Bandos outside of his room. So I can just go in there real quick after I get the 40 kill count. This should all be very knowledgeable for you guys, since you're obviously looking at a guide, but you want to anticipate before you start the instance. I did mess up a bit because of the lagginess that I get when I start recording, so I show you the start of a kill and how I do it. Now to make this quick, I will show you the first kill, and then I will show you the whole hours up and how much food I used. I can tell you right now, I used no food in the whole hour, I used no prayer in the whole hour, so it's definitely best to use this, as the defense bonus of the Malevolent will help you out a lot. Same with the damage. Don't use tank boots or anything like that, as you want the pure damage. Now, you'll want to use Sacrifice, like I said, as it will heal you a lot over the long run. And you can literally just bring a bunch of overloads. Don't need the renewals or anything. Didn't pick up any prayer or anything like that. So I hope this guide helped you out a lot. And I'm sorry that's a little bit sarcastic, but I hate Muncle Zunky, and you can tell why, because this is the perfect thing to use for Bandos. So have a great year, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions.